Hey toy collectors, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. Today, we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Beast Morpher Red Ranger in Red Fury mode. Power Ranger fans should be used to the Red Rangers having their own special modes, sometimes called battleizers. This is a very common thing, and over the years we've also seen other additional Rangers get these powers. It is interesting to note that the Beast Morphers series is based on Go Buster, which is an older series. We're less likely to see the other Rangers having a super suit version. The back of the package features a really nice image of the Red Ranger as well as some artwork on the side showing off some of the other characters in this wave, including the Silver and Gold Ranger. I know that I traditionally do little adventures in my Power Ranger toy reviews, and I hope this isn't a giant letdown that I didn't do one this time. But actually, because of all of the news going on with YouTube and the crackdown on toy channels aimed at kids, I'm kind of stepping away from that. I haven't done as much with the kiddie content as I did in the past in recent years with with any of the toys on this channel. But Power Rangers was the one thing where I was still kind of doing adventures in the videos. I had fun with them. I know some of you guys had fun with them too, but for right now, I think I'm just dropping it. I'm sorry if you enjoyed those. I actually had a whole thing planned for this wave of figures, and I waited forever to even make this video because I couldn't decide what I was going to do. Here we've got the Red Ranger out of the package. He is geared up with some armored leggings and boots. He's got an additional chest harness, some specialized weapons, and of course he comes with a key for the Morphex Morpher. We're going to start by comparing him to the standard figure. You can see the helmets are pretty much identical. He does have black straps on his torso, but they are different. And he's got this armored chest plate here. You can see that he's got the same jacket underneath. His arms are relatively the same, but he does have gauntlets. I can remove these additional accessories. You can see he's got some armored pieces here. Even his Morpher is on an armored gauntlet there. As we move down lower, you can see he's got the same kind of black pants with armored pieces on his thighs, and then of course his boots are replaced with something more armored there. The Red Ranger features articulation at the head that allows him to look around. He's got articulation at the shoulders that moves up and down and out to the sides, but of course this chest plate piece definitely hinders his movement quite a bit there at the shoulders. It's not the end of the world. It does move up and out of the way somewhat, but there is some resistance in that. It is nice that this is a separate loose piece made out of some softer plastic, because that does help somewhat. I do not see any obvious... Ooh, maybe there are obvious clips. This might clip on and off, similarly to the armor on the Masters of the Universe Classics figures. I hate to undo this kind of stuff, though, because sometimes it's really hard to repeg it, so I'm going to just leave that alone. He's got hinges and rotations at the elbows. There is no articulation at the waist. Below that, he's got really great range of motion at his hips. The edge of the jacket is made out of a soft material, so it doesn't really get in the way. He's got knees that hinge and swivel, and no articulation at the ankles. So he's pretty standard for Beast Morpher Ranger figures. I'm very happy with the amount of articulation that Hasbro has put into these figures. When it comes to accessories, the Red Ranger comes with a weapon here. It is the Jaguar head, or the Cheetah head, with this special blade coming out of it. That blade is very warped. It's painted pretty nicely, although it's got a little goofy flashing spot right here. But that's a decent accessory. I like the swords, although I think the original swords that came with the Beast Morpher characters are nicer than this one in both sculpt and paint detail. Put that in his hand over there. Maybe he can hold it so it's on camera. His next accessory is this claw mitt, which I think is really neat and would be awesome if he came with two of them, but probably doesn't use two in the show. If you're a fan of the tabletop game Warhammer 40,000, this totally reminds me of the Terminator claws that the Space Marine Terminators wear, but I think that's really cool looking. And then his final accessory, of course, is his Beast X Morpher key. This has a different head to it than his standard key. It has the bright blue blade. It does rotate, and of course the bumps on this will signal sounds if you plug it into the Beast Morpher roleplay toy. And of course, just like this gauntlet, it can be clipped on here. This is a gimmick with all the Beast Morpher toys. It's kind of a thing for the kids, really. They don't use these in the show in this size as a weapon. But it is kind of fun for a kid to be able to give them two swords if they wanted. Overall, I think the Red Fury mode is a pretty fun upgrade for the Red Ranger. I don't think as a kid I would opt to get this version of the Red Ranger in place of one of the standard figures. Like, I'd rather have the full team, red, blue, and yellow, over having two versions of the Red Ranger, even though generally the Red Ranger is the leader and you know, the kind of the coolest character. But definitely a fun toy, and well articulated, well painted, well accessorized for the price point. Thanks for watching this SEO Toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe. In the comments down below, let me know what your thoughts are on continuing with the story elements of the videos or dropping that completely. Still waiting to find out what YouTube's going to do with this kid content crisis.